Hello children, let us start our next topic, non-cooperation to civil disobedience. After the withdrawal of the non-cooperation movement, the Congress was divided into two groups. One group led by C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru and Vithalbhai Patel. That group wanted to end the boycott of legislative councils. These leaders felt that if the Congress continued to boycott the elections, people who were loyal to the British would get elected, and then the government would have absolute power to do anything it wanted. They wanted the Congress to take part in the elections, join the government, and then work to destroy the working of the legislatures from inside. So these pro-changers wanted to enter the legislatures and then make it impossible for the government to function by opposing all its policies. The second group, which was called the No Changers, opposed joining the councils. This group wanted to undertake a constructive program. This group was led by Vallabhbhai Patel, C. Rajagopalachari and Rajendra Prasad. In 1923, the pro-changers formed the Congress Khilafat Swarajya Party, which was known as Swaraj Party. C.R. Das was made the president of the party and Motilal Nehru was the secretary. The Swaraj Party contested the elections and won some seats in the legislatures. By opposing every British move, they made it extremely difficult for the British to get their policies and proposals approved in the legislatures. After the withdrawal of the non-cooperation movement, Gandhiji had been jailed. He was released in February 1924. After his release, the Congress resumed its constructive program. Some issues that were focused upon were removal of untouchability, promotion of Hindu-Muslim unity, and spread of Khadi. Let's study about Simon Commission. In November 1927, the British government appointed a commission to look into the working of the Government of India Act of 1919 and suggest further administrative reforms. This commission was called the Simon Commission, after its chairman, Sir John Simon. The Indians boycotted this all-white commission because all the members of the commission were Englishmen. Means the commission had no Indian member in it. And the second is the government refused to accept the demand for self-government. Therefore, when this commission arrived in India on 4th February 1928, it faced protests all over the country. Black flags were shown. Demonstrations and hartals took place all over the country, and the slogans of "Simon go back" were raised all over the country. In Lahore, Lala Lajpat Rai led a peaceful demonstration against the Simon Commission. Saunders, a British police officer, ordered the lathi charge. Lala Lajpat Rai was beaten in this lathi charge. As a result, he died a few days later. So, dear children, this agitation against the Simon Commission gave a new strength to the national movement of India. Meanwhile, Indian political leaders were busy in drafting a constitution. This is known as Nehru Report, which formed the outline of the Constitution. At the Congress annual session in 1928, the party passed a resolution demanding dominion status, that is, government by the Indians. It was a little less than complete independence. It was also declared that if dominion status was not given within a year, the Congress would settle for nothing less than complete independence. In December 1929, the Congress held its annual session at Lahore. Here, Jawaharlal Nehru was the president of this session. In it, the Congress declared Purna Swaraj, that is, complete independence, as its ultimate goal. It asked all congressmen and nationalists to resign from the legislatures and not to participate in the forthcoming elections. It was decided that 26 January would be observed as Independence Day every year. To achieve its demand, the Congress decided to start another mass movement.